Asuto ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear Dr. Bhattacharya, dear faculty members, dear lecturers, dear friends coming from various parts of Assam, and I heard one or two from out of Assam. I'm extremely glad to meet you this morning. It's always a pleasure to meet the teachers, the lecturers who are torch bearers of change. At the outset, I'm thankful to the academic staff college for giving me this opportunity of meeting you all, and giving the opportunity to meet you and also to have interaction with you. At the outset also, I would like to congratulate all of you for selecting this career of a lecturer. You will say, what is this? We have not selected. There was no other option, so we have come to this accidentally. No. Even if you come accidentally, you deserve congratulations, because accidentally you have fallen into a very good career. But you will say, what? Compared to the other careers, we are getting very less salary. And it is a thankless job. So much of work you do, and the return is very less. And then also, there is pressure from the principal, there is pressure from the trustees, from the persons who are running the colleges, pressure from the government departments, and then all these monkey-like students to control them, and then the pressure from the parents, and after so much of hard work, no word of thanks, only criticism. So what is the fun in having joined this profession? But I tell you, this is the noblest, the best, and the greatest profession in the whole world. You will say, I don't agree. In my book, which I am going to present to you at the end of the program, as a token of love and best wishes, Teacher as a Torch Bearer of Change, I have mathematically proved. Simple mathematics all of you know, even if you are not mathematics teacher. A is equal to B, B is equal to C, C is equal to D, D is equal to E. Therefore, A is equal to E. This much simple mathematics you know. So, I have mathematically proved that the highest profession, the best profession, the greatest profession in the whole world is that of a teacher. And all of us want a change in the system. We are not satisfied with the present system, with the present society, which has become a conservative society. All over the world, number of suicides increasing, number of schizophrenic patients are increasing, number of drug addicts are increasing. In developed countries, much more. All of us sitting here, we have got an equation in our mind. H is directly proportional to M, isn't it? Where H is equal to happiness and M is equal to money, isn't it? The greater the amount of money, that's why you are thinking that lecturers, we are only lecturers, we are teachers. Then ask them, when I go for such type of program, they say, Swamiji, we don't want big lectures, you know. Can't you give us some mantra? So we'll repeat the mantra morning and evening and we'll get success as a teacher. I said, yes, I can give you mantra, but you have to repeat 10 times morning and 10 times in the evening. Are you ready? Yes, we are ready. Okay? Then tell the mantra. Don't go for a lecture. Just tell the mantra and we will get success. We will become better teachers. Okay. Then they open their notebooks. Yes, please tell the mantra. I said, you need not open the notebooks because the mantra is very simple, very easy to remember. Should I tell that mantra? All of you want to become successful teachers. Already you are teachers, but now you want still greater success. You are already good teachers, good lecturers. Now you want to become better, isn't it? So I'll give that success mantra. I'll give you a guarantee. Within 3 months, if you repeat it 10 times morning and 10 times in the evening, within 3 months, guaranteed within 3 months, you will become better teachers. You will get more success, more fulfillment, more happiness, more peace in your profession. Should I tell you the mantra? Ready for repeating 10 times morning, 10 times evening? Okay? Need not write. Very easy to remember. The mantra is, I am a teacher. My God, we thought there will be some Sanskrit powerful mantra. What is this? I said, now I tell you the other thing. I tell them also. If you repeat this mantra 10,000 times, there will be no effect. Because the power is not in the mantra. Power is in the process of chanting the mantra. I ask many people, what are you doing? With an apologetic face. Don't disturb, huh? Keep it there, don't disturb. With an apologetic face, miserable face, they say, I am a teacher. Within bracket, how miserable I am and how unfortunate I am. I went for IAS 2-3 times, I appeared, could not clear. So then I thought, okay, let me become a teacher. So it is out of compulsion that many have come to this profession. Some have come, of course it's a choice. I am not telling about all. But many people had no other option but their first choice for anybody. Not for you. For anybody in India at present, the situation is, present scenario, first, what is your ambition? I want to become IAS officer. I want to become IPS officer. I want to become pilot. I want to become engineer. I want to become doctor. I want to become chartered accountant. The last choice is I want to become a teacher. Why? Because list paid. And everybody is now evaluated not by the number of qualities one has got. No. Everybody is evaluated by the amount of money you have got in a bank account, whether in India or in Switzerland. Everybody is evaluated by the model of car that you are having. Everybody is evaluated by the number of gadgets that you have got, the type of DVD player, the type of gadgets, and the type of house, whether you own or rented. All these things, this is because of consumerism has come in a very big way all over the world. All over the world, including in India. It may be more in developed countries, but in India much more. As I told you, somehow or the other this equation has come. H is directly proportional to M, where H is equal to happiness and M is equal to money. The greater the amount of money, the greater happiness we will get. But if statistical analysis of any value, there are 3 countries in the whole world where we have got highest per capita income. What are the 3 countries? America, Japan and Sweden. And there are 3 countries where number of suicides is increasing at an alarming rate. And there are so many books getting published. There is a book by Delphin, where this book, the name of the book is Final Exit by Derek Humphreys. The name of the book is The Final Exit. And the book is also Exit, not available in the market. With great difficulty, I got one copy from a book fair. I wanted to know why this is selling like hot cake. Do you know what is written there? How to commit suicide. And the book is selling like hot cake. The best-selling book of Japan, The Complete Manual on Committing Suicide. and 3.5 lakhs copies sold within 1 year. And some people committed suicide taking the book in their hand and committing the suicide in the manner in which it is told in the book. France, bestseller book, Suicide Users Manual. All of them want to commit suicide. Increasing rate of suicides in so-called developed countries where they have got high per capita income. We think happiness will come only by money. If happiness depends upon money, then these countries should have been happiest. So many schizophrenic passions. According to Minister of Health, Japan, 42% of the executives of 44 years and above are suffering from mental disorder. 100 new mental hospitals opening on an emergency scale. Schizophrenia is increasing. Mental patients increasing. Suicide rate increasing. In much more in these developed countries. So the equation is H is inversely proportional to M. The greater the money one country has, the greater the number of suicides, the greater the mental patients and the drug addicts and AIDS and suicides. Don't take a wrong message. I don't want to say money is not important in our life. Money is very, very important. But money is not the goal of life. The goal of life is happiness and peace. This is what we forget in the consumer society. That is why Eric Fromm, one of the greatest psychologists of our time, says in his book, To Have or To Be, he says, man has become a commodity. He thinks himself like a commodity and sells himself like a commodity. You know, bridegrooms are being sold in Bihar and UP. Of course, everywhere they are being sold, everywhere there is dowry system, but much more in Bihar and UP. I heard, if the bridegroom is IAS officer, he will get 1 crore rupees. He can be sold at 1 crore rupees. I don't know the latest rate. 60 lakhs for doctor. 55 lakhs for engineer. There are various rates. They are being sold. Bridegrooms being sold. So, this dowry system. Everybody is on sell. All the human beings have become commodities. Teachers also think, evaluate in terms of how much money I am getting. Oh, I am getting only this much. There is no package. Oh, my friend has joined as CEO in some other company. He has a package of 5 lakhs. Somebody has a package of 10 lakhs. Now they are going for package. And we are telling per month so much only. 20,000, 30,000. Now it's little hike, little more you will get. Okay. But by the time the salary comes, the rates of the commodities have gone 3 times up. Ultimately, same, there is a deficit budget. Whatever the salary increase, there is deficit budget. And before the increase in salary, already the family members have prepared the plans, what is to be done with the extra amount. So always, expectation is so much, the fulfillment will be always less than the expectation, and so it is always unhappiness, whatever amount we get. This is because we are revolving around money, money, money. So I remember one story. A fisherman was sleeping in the afternoon. And you know, in India, everything is very costly, but one thing is very, very cheap. That is consultancy. In outside countries, consultancy is very costly. But in India, we get freelance consultants. Even if you don't want, they will give you consultancy. They will give you advice. And they can give advice on every matter without your asking. And they will give you half an hour some advice on every matter. So there was one consultant sitting on the bank of the ocean, and there was a boat. A fisherman was sleeping and was relaxing. This consultant said, "Hey, why are you sleeping? Why don't you go for fishing? It is still afternoon." Then that fisherman said while sleeping, "You see what happened, you know, Babuji, क्या हुआ? आज सुबह सुबह बहुत बड़ी मछली मिल गई. I got a very good catch. So I sold it in the market and got very good amount of money, and my today's quota is over. Whatever money I need for today's expenditure has been met. My quota is over, and so I am relaxing." अरे इसमें भी कोई कोटा सिस्टम होता है क्या? अरे और जाओ और मछली मारो तो और पैसा आएगा. पैसे का करूंगा क्या? What to do with that money? क्यों? उसको बचा के रखना. Save that money. Save, बचाना. कभी सुना ही नहीं था बचाना. पैसे को बचा से जा सकते. बचा के क्या करूंगा? अरे बचा के जमा करना. वो पैसे के जमा करना. जमा करने के बाद क्या? उसके बाद एक बड़ी नाव ले लेना. have a bigger boat. When you have bigger boat, you will be able to go deeper into the ocean and you will get much better fishes. Then you will have more money. But what to do with more money? Then purchase more number of boats. Then you will become CEO of a big company with so many boats rowing about, and then you have a lot of money. Then what to do? Then you come to me. I have got the latest rates of all the companies' market rate, share market rates for every company. I will tell you where to invest this money. You invest that money and every month you will get some fixed income and you will be able to sleep nicely. I was sleeping nicely, it is you disturbed me. I was already sleeping nicely. It is you who disturbed me. So for sleeping nicely, such a big concern, such a big check. After all, you have to relax. I am relaxing. After that, I am already relaxing. But we want to complicate. We want to manufacture problems, and then we say how to solve the problem. Already we have manufactured our own problem. Most of the problems in our life we have manufactured by our consumerism, by our expectation, by our too much of ambition, materialistic ambition. We must have ambition for going ahead, but not only materialistic, in every way. This is our problem. We are products of the consumeristic culture. So the teachers also think we are also commodities, and we should be evaluated by not number of qualities we have, by the amount of money we have. And because we are getting less money, so I am a teacher within bracket. How miserable I am. I am getting so less salary compared to my friends. How miserable I am. How unfortunate I am. No. The mantra is, I am a teacher within bracket, how great I am and how fortunate I am. Now, how it will come when you realize that the key to the solution of all the problems of the world, the key to the change and the transformation that we want to bring lies not with the Director General of United Nations, not with the President of America, Obama. He may be dancing, doesn't matter, any amount of dancing. The key does not lie with him. The key does not lie with the new Prime Minister of India. Whosoever he becomes, now more or less you know. But the key lies with the teachers. Why? Dr. Kalam says, APJ Abdul Kalam says in his book, India 2020 Vision of the New Millennium, if you are a teacher, in whatever capacity you are, you have a very important role to play in transforming India and making India a developed country by 2020. Why? Because more than anybody else, it is you who are shaping the future generations. The future Prime Ministers, the future Ministers, the future IS officers, the future IPS officers, the future lawyers, the future doctors, engineers and businessmen, they are all in your classroom. Now it depends upon you whether you make out of them Kiran Bedi, Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Jhansi Ki Rani, Mirabai, or make them Bin Laden, Phulan Devi, whatever you want. Terrorists are all in your classrooms, but they are also saints. You can convert them into saints or you can convert them into terrorists. That time when I told about how to combat terrorism, I said, terrorists are being manufactured by us in our education institutions. Mind you, they are not products from the sky. Most of the terrorists are very well qualified, engineers, doctors, high qualified. When they were in our schools and colleges, we did not care to give them proper values, and that is why other people could brainwash them by giving wrong values of violence, of dogmatism, of fundamentalism, because we did not give the values of harmony of religions, we did not give the values of non-violence, of universal love and acceptance, and that is why other people were this one. We are producing terrorists. Swami Vivekananda said, so I was there with Dr. Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, on 16th April 2003. I had gone there to present a CD that we had prepared based on the talk that he had delivered on 13th February 2002 when he came to Porbandar, he was not the President of India at that time. But in the public meeting I told, he is not a Bharat Ratna, he is a Vishwa Ratna. Soon he is going to become great. And within 4 months he became President of India. Nobody imagined at that time. Nobody had ever dreamt. But he became the President of India within 4 months in June 2002. But when he came on 13th February 2002, he came as a Bharat Ratna, gave a very nice speech at Porbandar, and also had, then afterwards, we had a lot of interaction on that day. If time permits, I'll tell you about that beautiful interaction. So then, on 13th February 2002, I had taken that video CD and the other things with many books of Swami Vivekananda, photograph, and before I could give anything, I was very hesitant. Now he is the President of India. Before that, I had a lot of talks with them. I used to travel with him. 3 hours we traveled together from Rajkot to Porbandar by car. Only 2 of us. Lot of conversation. Again, in the evening flight we were together. He said, Swamiji, I want to sit near you. I want to have more conversation. Then he sat down by my side. Again we had a lot of conversation. So we had some, but then once he became President of India, I thought, now he is such a big person, no need of disturbing him. But since I had gone to Delhi, I asked for 5 minutes appointment, he gave me 15 minutes. So 16th April 2003, I went with all those books and all that. Before I could give anything, he stood up and gave me a very big basket full of fruits. And when I gave all these items, he said, Swamiji, you brought so many things for me. I jokingly said, what can I bring for you? Like a fakir, I have come to meet an emperor. Like Sudama, I have come from Sudamapuri. Like a fakir, I have come to meet an emperor. What can I bring for you? Immediately he replied, he is so humble. You know, great people have got this great quality of humility. Immediately he replied, only one emperor, Swamiji. We are servants of the same emperor. So he is so humble. Then we had a lot of talks. Then I told Dr. Kalam, Dr. Kalam, you want to make India a developed country by 2020. You want to make India great. We are following Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda also wanted that India should become great. And he was not an astrologer. He was a visionary. Whatever he told has come true. Whatever is predicted has come true. In 1897, Swami Vivekananda said, in 50 years India shall become independent without waging a war. Nobody ever dreamt that without waging a war, a country like India could become independent. Mahatma Gandhi came only in 1915, only afterwards from South Africa. And then he started non-violence, non-cooperation movement. But in 1897, Swami Vivekananda said, India will become independent without waging a war. Exactly after 50 years, India became independent. But there is another prophecy that is yet to come true. In 1897 in Chennai, he said, India shall conquer the whole world by spiritual power. That is yet to come true. Already it is appearing in some way or the other. You find 4th August 2003, special issue being brought out by Time magazine from New York. On the front cover, there was a picture of a Hollywood actress meditating. Inside, the name of the story was Just Say Om. There it was written, 10 millions of Americans are having regular meditation. You cannot avoid meditation in America now. Boardrooms, classrooms, hospitals, prison houses, airports, railway platforms, everywhere there are meditation chambers. 75 of the fitness clubs are having compulsory course on yoga and meditation. Same thing is in Europe. When I went to attend the second international conference on disaster management held at Coventry University in UK. You know, there on 26 January 2001 there was an earthquake. So, as is the tradition of Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 for implementing the message of his Guru Sri Ramakrishna of worshipping God in human beings. Shiv Jnana Jiv Seva. That is, wherever there is any calamity, where is a disaster, immediately we rush. Apart from hospitals and schools and colleges, we have disaster management programs. The very first day we go. So on 26 January 2001, we started our relief work. We collected 20 crores of rupees from the public and carried out and primary relief for lakhs of people, and then 81 school buildings, government school buildings, and 6 colonies we constructed. One of these school buildings was, out of which 37 school buildings were constructed in Porbandar, and one of the schools was inaugurated by Dr. Kalam on 13th February 2002. So, the Coventry University wanted how we could complete the program, could complete the project so quickly. So I had made a presentation there. And since I had gone there, I thought of taking this opportunity of visiting our centers in Europe, Holland, Germany, France, Switzerland. My return flight was from Switzerland, from Zurich to Bombay. There was still time enough, and there was a big, beautiful new airport that they have constructed in Zurich, and a very big market there, 3-story airport. And so I was strolling through the market. Suddenly I found one signboard at Zurich airport, meditation chamber. Beautiful meditation chamber they have constructed at Zurich airport. So now what Swami Vivekananda predicted, that India shall conquer the whole world by spiritual power. That spiritual culture is coming all over the world gradually. They are not having peace of mind. There is too much of stress. And stress management formulas are not working. You know, Western models of stress management. Everybody under stress. Everybody under tension. Everybody wants to commit suicide. Everybody under so much of tension. So, in executives, teachers, everywhere, professionals, banks, officers, housewives, children, young children under stress. The same thing has come to India. One very young girl came to me. I said, how are you? I am under tension. Such a young girl, you are under tension. Why? I am in senior KG. Last year I was in junior KG. I became first class first. My mom has told, this time also you should become first class first. I am under tension. And competition. So much of competitive spirit. From young boys and girls to the parents, everybody into tension. Same thing in America, same thing in India. And the Western models of stress management are not working, you know. What is the Western model? The Western psychology say, you are under tension? Okay, we'll tell you. Why you are under tension, I will tell you. Why you are under stress? Why you are under stress? Because you are controlling your emotions. You are suppressing your emotions. So, you ventilate your emotions. You ventilate your feelings. Express them. Then only your heart will out of stress. My God, I go to my office, I go to the college, and because perhaps when the principal was coming out of the house, at that time his wife fired him left and right without any justification and gave warning, if you don't do like this, don't bring the item that I told you, I am going to my parents' house. With this warning, that fellow has come full of tension. Now he has to ventilate his feelings. So what does he do? He goes on firing at the teachers without any justification. Now teachers, what do? They come back in the evening without justification. They fire their wives. Circus is completed. So everybody is firing. So when my boss fires me unjustifiably, I also want to pay back in the same coin. I also know how to pay back the same. But if I speak, I lose my job. So what I do? I pocket that insult. And that feeling goes inside the subconscious mind and creates tension, creates stress. And stress gives rise to strain. So the modern psychologists say, no, you must express your feelings. My God, if I express my feelings and I also become angry, I pay back in the same coin to my principal or my boss, I lose my job. The modern psychologist is okay, we have found out a way for you. What is that? Go to the market and purchase voodoo dolls. You know, voodoo dolls are available. Along with that, inns are available. Bring the voodoo dolls, come back to your house, close the doors and windows of your room, put the voodoo doll on your table. Then, write down on the doll the name of your boss or your mother-in-law or anybody on whom you want to put anger on. And then there are pins available. Blue pins are available for injury. Black pins are available for serious injury. And if you want to murder your boss, red pins are available. Just give and murdered. You are so happy. Principal is murdered in your room. So you are so happy. Have a nice sleep. No need of tranquilizers. But unfortunately, these are all short-term methods. Right? The next day when you go to the college, again the principal is sitting in his chamber and again firing at you what to do. So, these Western models of stress management are not working, and that is why the whole world is coming at the feet of Indian spiritual culture, meditation and yoga. 10 million Americans regularly meditating in America. Holland, Germany, France, everywhere. Now there are meditation classes, yoga classes, because they have found out to come out of tension on a long-term solution, real solution is in yoga and meditation. That is why what Swami Vivekananda predicted, India shall conquer the whole world by spiritual power, is slowly coming true. But there is one way that is coming on the way. If we really want that all the people all over the world should be happy, all the people all over the world should be stress-free, all the people all over the world should have peace of mind, and if we want world peace, a world of non-violence, bereft of terrorism, in that case, the whole civilization has to adopt Indian spiritual culture. But that can only come if Swamiji's dream comes true. India shall conquer the whole world by spiritual power. That can only happen if India becomes a developed country. Why? Because we don't have credibility. What? You are going to teach us 22% of the people are below poverty line, 35% illiterate, and you dare to teach us? We lose our credibility. So what we have to do, before we start teaching others, we must develop our country, make our country in all possible ways, not only economically, but all possible ways, a great country, a developed country. How to do that? National reconstruction cannot take place without the national building cannot take place without the character building of the citizens. This is the formula given by Swami Vivekananda long back, which we have forgotten. That day when I was talking to Dr. Kalam, I said, Dr. Kalam, even if you bring the wealth of the whole world bank, you want to make India a developed country, we also want to make India a great country, we want to fulfill the dream of Swamiji, and we, Vivekananda, and we are also trying our best. But I tell you one thing, even if you bring the wealth of the whole world bank for our 5-year plans, for the document that we have prepared for making India a developed country, I can tell you, the poverty of the people, poor people will not go. You may have a GDP growth. I am talking about 2003. Really, last year we had a GDP growth of 9.5%. Now because of the economic recession, it has gone down again. But last year we had a 9.5% GDP growth and still 22% below poverty line. That is what I had told. I told in 2003, Dr. Kalam, even if you bring the wealth of the whole World Bank, even if GDP growth grows, but the poverty of the people will not go. He stood up. Why, Swamiji, why? I said, for the simple reason. The former Prime Minister said, you know that is his name. The former Prime Minister said, if you put 1 rupee into the 5-year plan, only 15 paisa comes to the grassroots level farmer. I am afraid even 5 paisa is coming on, not now. Isn't it? The former Prime Minister said, you put 1 rupee into the 5-year plan, only 15 paisa comes, the rest goes into the pocket of the ministers, BDOs, DDOs, officers, and then administrative expenses. The poor farmer gets only 15 paisa. That is many years back. I am afraid even 5 paisa is coming on not to the farmer. And by the time that money comes under various schemes, IRDP, this and that, the farmer has already committed suicide. This is the situation. What is the solution, Swamiji? What is the solution? He asked me. I said only one solution. What we should have done on 15th August 1947, we should do it now urgently. What is that? Swami Vivekananda said, Education alone is the panacea of all our evils. But what type of education? Not the present system of education. Swami Vivekananda said, what we want is man-making education, character-building education. And I say jokingly, now what we are giving is Rakshasa-making education, demon-making education, terrorist-making education. What is a man? What is a human being? Bhartrihari was a great Sanskrit poet, a Sanskrit thinker. He wrote a beautiful book called Niti Shatakam. There he says, there are 4 types of people in the society. What are the 4 types? Number 1, Satpurusha. Ete Satpurusha Parata Ghatkaha Swarthan Parityajye Samanyastu Paratam Udyam Avrata Swartha Avirodhanaye Tepi Manush Raksasaha Parahitam Swarthaya Nignantiye Ye Nignanti Niratakam Parahitam Teke Najanimah. 4 types of people. Number 1, Satpurusha. Good human being, excellent human being. What do? They sacrifice their own life for the sake of doing good to others. Second, Samanya Manusha, ordinary human beings. What do? They first try to do good to themselves and then they try to do good to others. Third, Manav Rakshasa. They are looking like human beings but they are like demons. What do? For their small self-interest, they can do any amount of harm to others. Example, plenty. There is an executive engineer who takes 10 lakhs of rupees of bribe from under the table, not from above the table, and tells the contractor, you may mix any amount of sand with cement while constructing a check dam for the government. But you give me 10 lakhs of rupees in advance, under the table. Now, that builder has already given 10 lakh rupees to the engineer. What does he do? He uses very small amount of cement, rest all is sand, and that check dam is constructed. There is a heavy rain, and because of the heavy rain, the sand cannot stand. The check dam is burst. Thousands of people become homeless. Hundreds of people die. Crores of rupees of loss to the nation. But this engineer says, कोई बात नहीं, मेरा तो मकान बन गया, देश जाए भाड़ में, समाज जाए भाड़ में. Let the country go to hell. I have got my house, let the country go to hell. This is Manav Rakshasa. One of our devotees went to Bombay from Rajkot. After coming back, she reported, Swamiji, can I tell you frankly, when I went to the consultant, the doctor in Bombay, the first question he asked was not that how long you are suffering, what is the problem. The first question was, how much can you spend, what is the budget. Depending on the budget, the treatment will be done. If your budget is 5 lakh rupees, don't worry, we have a package of 5 lakh. Within 5 lakh, we will do everything, ECG, blood report, according to us, and we will give the report according to what we want. It will be in our laboratory, and even if not necessary, we will carry out an operation. And if the person dies, don't worry, the package takes care of the final funeral right, the cost of expenditure for the funeral right also. 5 lakh package. Just tell me first, what is your budget? Depending on that, disease will be found out and operation will be carried out even if it is not necessary. This is the doctors, engineers, I need not tell about others. So, ministers you know, politicians you know, I need not tell. Now, this is called Manav Rakshasa. For their small self-interest, they can do any amount of harm to others. Bhartari says there are 4 type people also. I can't give the name because they are worse than Manav Rakshasa. But I can tell you what they do. The 3rd type of people, for their small self-interest, they can do any amount of harm to others. 4th type of people, they don't get any benefit, but they enjoy others' harm. They are happy. If somebody else falls on the street, oh, they are so happy. Somebody's house is burning, oh, so happy. Did you get anything, any benefit? No, but his house is burning, I am so happy. Somebody is demoted, so happy. But did you get any promotion? No, but he is demoted, I am so happy. That person becomes happy by other downfall without getting any benefit to him, is worse than Manav Rakshasa. These are the 4 types of people in the society today. That is what Bhartari says. And now I have made a latest research, particularly, perhaps they were not available at the time of Bhartari. Now I can't give the name of the 5th type, they are worse than the 4th type. 4th type of people, they derive joy in other downfall without getting any benefit. But the 5th type of people, they derive so much of joy in other downfall, by harming themselves, they do harm to others. So what do? They sit down in an aeroplane and collide with the world tower. 5,000 people died. I am died, doesn't matter, but I have killed 5,000 people. Kya maja aa gaya. So nice. I am so happy. I have killed 5,000. I am killed, but I have killed 5,000 people. What a joy in killing others. Fifth type, they are available. Let me become blind with one eye, but let my neighbor become fully blind and fall into the well and die. You know that story of conch shell and the neighbor. The neighbor got 2 times whatever this person got because of the boon. And so finally he could not see the 2 beautiful houses. He got only 1 house. So he prayed, oh, let my one eye become bad. And so his 2 eyes became bad. That means he became fully blind. And then he said, let me have 1 well on my house. On the 2 houses, 2 wells were there. And because he became blind, then he fell down and died. He was so happy. I have lost 1 eye, but neighbor has been killed. What a joy. So by harming yourself, you harm others. This is the 5th type of people. In our society today, we have Manav Rakshasa. We have got 3rd type of people. We have a 4th type also. We have a 5th type also. Maybe few. Now, Samanya Manusha, ordinary human beings are very few. And Satpurusha, we have to see with the microscope, not available. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, what we want is man-making education, character-building education, not demon-making education, not Rakshasa-making education. This is the most important thing. Now, how can we have man-making education? When I told about Dr. Kalam, that is why we are, because this man-making education not has been given to other schools and colleges. In our 6,000 education institutions, where 6 lakh students are working, studying, we try to give them man-making education. Not only that, we go to various schools and colleges and conferences like this. I have conducted more than 100 such workshops. I was telling the director, I was talking to 6,000 teachers. Our district education officer of Valsad called 6,000 teachers in one big open air ground, and I was talking to 6,000 teachers. Now in Surat they want 7,500 teachers in the indoor stadium where I am going to talk to them. So many hundreds of conferences on teachers. We are going everywhere to schools, colleges, giving this message of man-making education of Swami Vivekananda. But of course, the demand is too much. We are trying to do our best. And then I told Dr. Kalam, then we are also starting special institutions for value education. Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence at Hyderabad, Ramakrishna Institute of Moral and Spiritual Education in Mysore. And then I told him, at Porbandar, we want to start Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture, Vivek, in Porbandar. And then I told him, we want that it should be inaugurated by you. He agreed. He kept his promise. On 12th January 2006, 12th January, as you know, is Swami Vivekananda's birthday. Is celebrated by our nation as the National Youth Day. The government of India declared in 1985 that Swami Vivekananda's birthday should be celebrated as National Youth Day. So on that National Youth Day, we had a youth convention. 5,000 students were there. Dr. Kalam came and gave a very inspiring speech how Jamshedji Tata was inspired to start Indian Institute of Science while both Swami Vivekananda and Jamshedji Tata were travelling together from Japan to Chicago in a ship in 1893. All these things he told, and then he answered the questions of the students. Very beautiful question answer. That CD is available. I will try to give you one DVD and please show it to all of them. It is worth seeing by all the students and teachers. The DVD contains the powerful message. I will give you one glimpse. One student stood up and said, sir, Operation Duryodhan, Operation Chakravyuh and other operations have revealed the tip of the iceberg, that is rampant corruption in the country today. As the President of India, how do you feel about it? And where do you think lies the solution? Then Dr. Kalam stood up and said, you see, the Parliament has already taken some action. And then he read out a passage from a book of Swami Vivekananda, where Swami Vivekananda writes, no amount of Parliament acts can make a nation good and can make a nation great. The moment you bring out a new act, that very night, the tax consultants will find out some method how to get out of it. Isn't it? No amount of Parliament acts can make a nation good, can make a nation great. And what can make a nation good and what can make a nation great? Again, he read out from the book of Swami Vivekananda where he says, only a large number of good enlightened citizens, a large number of good people can make a nation good and can make a nation great. And then Dr. Kalam said, and the government cannot produce good people, and the government will not produce good people. That also he told. Then who can do it? Then Dr. Kalam said, only 3 persons can do it. Only 3. Father, mother, and the teacher. Nobody else. Nobody else. Only these 3 persons can produce good, excellent human beings, enlightened citizens. Nobody else can do it. So, as teachers, very important role to play for preparing the future citizens, for preparing the future ministers, preparing the future good ministers, future good chief ministers, good prime ministers, good executives, good IAS officers, good IPS officers, good businessmen. Not like Satyam. If Satyam becomes Asatyam, what to do with the Asatyam? So, all future enlightened citizens, the great responsibility of the teacher. So, the whole world is waiting to receive the message of Indian spiritual culture. That can only happen. A is equal to B. World can be happy only if Indian spiritual culture penetrates all over the world. A is equal to B. But that can only happen if India becomes a developed country. B is equal to C. But India can become great only if we have a large number of enlightened citizens. C is equal to D. And how to produce enlightened citizens? How to have character building? Only national building of citizens, national building of these people will lead to the character building of the people will lead to the national building. And how to do about character building? What is character? Swami Vivekananda says, character is nothing but a bundle of habits. You know, it is the thoughts which give rise to action. And the actions give rise to habits. And the habits give rise to the character. So, character is nothing but a bundle of habits. So, these habits, these samskaras, they are dependent on 4 types of parameters, 4 types of forces. Number 1, the samskaras. Character is nothing but bundle of samskaras or bundle of habits. Now, what is this samskara? The impressions. This depends upon 4 factors. Number 1, the samskaras derived from past birth over which you don't have control. Second, samskaras received by the children, by the students, by the people from their parents in 2 ways. Genetically, through the blood, or by their behavior pattern. If the parents are always quarreling, it will have a very bad effect on the children, on the students. So the behavior pattern, how they are being reared up, what type of atmosphere in the family, that all will decide the character of the children or the students. Third, outside environment. If you are living in New York, you will have one impression. If you are living in Bombay, another impression. If you are living in Guwahati, another impression. If you are living in Nagaon, another impression. And if you are living in still a remote village, still in more other type of impression. What type of programs one sees on TV? What type of program one sees on internet? All this will decide. The environment will decide the type of samskaras that a student will get. Fourth, most important is teacher. What type of education you give in the education institutions, that decides the type of samskaras or the character building of the citizens. Unfortunately, in our colleges, we are mostly restricted to teaching physics, chemistry, mathematics, geography, history, etc. But we are less bothered whether he may become a very good chartered accountant, that person may become good engineer, good doctor, good chartered accountant, well and good. And they are becoming giants, but selfish giants. They are becoming giants, but selfish giants. Very brilliant engineers, doctors, scientists, we are producing brilliant chartered accountants, but they are all selfish giants. We are interested in making engineers, doctors, but we are not interested in making good human beings out of them. first and primary concern is to make them a good, better human beings. Then, even if they are not very efficient engineers, they will be doing good amount of service to the nation. But if he is very extraordinary intelligent, but at the same time he is selfish, he will do more harm. He will become a Manav Rakshasa. An intelligent Manav Rakshasa is more dangerous than less intelligent Manav Rakshasa. So, the whole thing depends upon the teacher. So, whole world can be served by Indian spiritual culture is equal to B. That can only come if India becomes a developed country, B is equal to C. That can come, national building will come only through character building citizens, C is equal to D. And the most important factor for the character development is a teacher. D is equal to E. And therefore, the key to the transformation that we want to bring about in the whole society, the whole process of transformation, the key lies not with the Prime Minister or with the President of America or the Prime Minister of India or Director General of United Nations. The key lies with the teachers. So now the equation is A is equal to E. So I am a teacher. Within bracket, how great I am and how responsible I am. If you repeat this mantra with this understanding, morning, evening 10 times, I can assure you, I can guarantee you, within 3 months, lot of fulfillment, a peace, happiness. No, I may be having a lot of difficulties. Same difficulties will not go away. Same problem of the compromise between professional life, particularly for the lady teachers, very difficult. Going to the colleges, there are some expectations from the principal, from these, again expectations from the husband and the house and the mother-in-law. So, to match these two, very difficult. Expectation at both the quarters, very difficult. I understand. All difficulties will remain. Same principal, angry principal, shooting at you, all those things will be there. But with all that, you will feel great happiness and peace. Why? Yes, I am having difficulties, but I am doing a great work. Swami Vivekananda said, he was asked this question, what is life? Swami immediately replied, Maharaja Khetri was his disciple. Maharaja Khetri Ajit Singh Ji in Rajasthan. When Swamiji went there, he became his disciple. One day they were both riding on the horse. Suddenly, the Maharaja Ajit Singh asked, Swamiji, what is life? Swamiji immediately replied, my dear prince, life is nothing but the struggle of a being under the circumstances trying to press it down. Struggle. Life is struggle. Struggle will come. It will always come. Without struggle, there is no life. Everybody has to pass through struggle. Another equation you must remember. Ordinary people have to undergo ordinary struggle. Extraordinary people have to undergo extraordinary struggle. Many youths come to me for stress management when they are having a lot of problems, difficulties. They break down and they come to me. I said, do you want to become ordinary or extraordinary? I want to become extraordinary. Then remember the formula. Ordinary people have to undergo ordinary problems. Ordinary people have to face ordinary problems. And extraordinary people will have to face extraordinary problems. Are you ready? Otherwise become normal. Join the flock of sheep. No problem. Everybody is going after Western materialistic culture. Go. Everybody going after money. Go. Go into the well. Fall down. No struggle. But if you want to become great, if you want to do something extraordinary, lot of problem will come. Lot of criticism will be there. Your own people will criticize. Why? You have become so idealistic? No. You should not become idealistic. You should not tell the truth. You should not become honest. Be practical. Others are practical. Others are telling the untruth. You also should be not honest. You should also be dishonest. No. I am going to be honest. Then you have to face criticism. You face problem. Yes, I am ready to face. So, when you are teacher, when you face criticism from the colleagues, from the parents, from the mother-in-law, from the principal, you know this criticism is the price I have to pay for becoming great. Yes, I want to become extraordinary because I am serving the whole world. I am serving the whole nation. What a great work I am doing. And for doing that great work, I have to face great problems. Great problem, I am ready to face it. Swami Vivekananda says, the greater the struggle one undergoes, the greater the person who comes out of it. The greater the struggle one undergoes, the greater the person who comes out of it. But you must come out of it. How can you come? Remember, you are lion, you are not sheep. Infinite power is within everyone. Swami Vivekananda said in Chicago Parliament Religion, ye the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings, even if it is in a sinner, it is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing labor of human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake off the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul is immortal. Spirits free, blessed and eternal. You are not matter. You are not bodies. Matter is the servant, not ye the servant of matter. That infinite power will come. That power is already there, only it has to be brought out. How it can be brought out? There are 4 methods. Prayer, Bhakti Yoga. Meditation, Raj Yoga. Good positive reading of books on self-development and positive reading, that is Jnana Yoga. And 4th, unselfish service. Converting work into worship. I am not working, I am worshipping the Lord in human beings. When I go to the colleges, when I see the students, no, they are not students. They are all gods and goddesses. They are all divine in human form. Swami Vivekananda said, so far you have heard the mantras, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Athithi Devo Bhava. Swami Vivekananda said, I am giving you some additional mantras for the modern world. What is that? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Worship the God in human beings in the form of poor, in the form of the diseased, and also Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. I am worshipping the God who is present in the students. The students look upon the teachers as divine, and the teachers look upon the students as divine and give them lot of love and respect. And the students also give lot of them respect and love. You will find no need of any discipline in the country, in the whole college, because a divine atmosphere will be there. Then the school or college will become real mandira, real temple. One lady teacher asked me, you are talking too high for all and that, but you come to our class, they are all monkeys, students, all so much mischievous, and they are shaitan, all shaitan sitting there, and you say, oh, go look upon them as God. I said, yes. Very difficult to control these monkeys, these mischievous boys. But tell me, are they criminals? Are they criminals? Are they hardcore criminals? In Tihar jail, there were 10,000 hardcore criminals of the whole world. One young lady, very short, not very tall, one young lady, thin, Kiran Bedi, if she can convert Tihar jail into Tihar ashrama, can we not convert Vidya Mandir into Vidya Mandir? Ours is already temple. It is temple of learning. Can we not convert? If Tihar jail can be converted to Tihar ashrama, can we not convert Vidya Mandir into a Vidya Mandir? Can we not convert a temple of learning into a temple of learning? Already it is a temple of learning. They are not criminals sitting here. They are mischievous. Of course, I understand. But only one thing we have to give. Love, love, love. Love and respect. And that will have its reciprocation. In the beginning, they will laugh at you, they will scoff at you. But if you hold on without looking upon the criticism, gradually they will bend down. This is what I am telling is out of experience. What I am telling out of practical experience. I am not talking theory. Our principal, in our all education institutions, one of the best schools of the whole country is in Narendrapur, Kolkata. And the principal was a monk. All the principal of all education institutions are monks who have had MA, BA degrees and well educated. Now, he found boys are mischievous. Such a good school. But the boys, they used to pick up, throw. It's beautiful campus. There are beautiful lawns. But they will take up the small things, toffee covers and all that, and they would throw into the ground. Normal process is, when there is assembly, you announce this should not be done, request them not to be done, put it in the notice board. He did not do anything. What did he do? When he is crossing the lawn, going from his office to the classroom, he went on picking up all these wrappers and all those dirty things. And then he came to the dustbin and threw it. Now, boys are like monkeys, they're watching. everything. And they tell principal not sir, they tell Dada, elder brother. This is how they address our monks, Dada. After 3 days, they broke down. Those mischievous boys, they fell down. Dada, our korobona, Dada, we will not do it again. Please forgive, we will not do it again. And they started keeping the whole thing in the dustbin. So, that is why Swami Vivekananda gave the mantras for becoming better teachers. Be and make. First you become great, then make others great. First you develop your own character, then only you can develop others' character. First you follow the example. First you follow the principles, then only you can expect others to follow the example. Others to follow the great truth. Otherwise, simply by telling, it is of no use. Because the boys are very intelligent. They will not listen to what you say. But what you do is more important than what you say. When it comes to value education, values are never taught. Values are always caught. These values will be caught by the students. They are very intelligent. They are looking at you. So what you are is more important than what you say. So the character building of the students will start from the character building of the teachers themselves. First, be and make. So I remember a group of boys, mischievous boys, they are playing the game. And a teacher was passing through. Hey, what are you doing? Sir, we are having a good new type of game. What is that? Everybody will tell a lie. And one who can tell the whitest lie, the blackest lie, the greatest lie, he will be given prize at the end. The teacher said, what? Competition of telling lie? You should never do it. We should always speak the truth. In my whole life, I never told a lie. Then all the students, they clapped, sir, you get the first prize. Because there cannot be greater lie than this. Whole life I have never told a lie. So the students are very intelligent. So Swamiji says the mantra is be and make. First you become great, then make others great. Now how to become a better teacher? There is a formula. S is equal to 3D plus 3C plus 3Q plus 3P plus 1L. Briefly. S, success, is equal to 3D. What is 3D? Number 1, dignity of profession. I am a teacher, within bracket, how great I am. This is dignity of profession. Unless this comes, the rest will not follow. When dignity comes, how great I am, dedication will follow automatically. Sister Nivedita, Miss Margaret Noble was a teacher in UK. Swami Vivekananda, when he came back from America in 1897, after 4 years of preaching of Vedanta in America and Western countries, he came back to India and he saw India's very dismal condition, so he gave the mantra, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata, arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached, and the whole country got awakened. But he said, a country cannot develop with only, a bird cannot fly on one wing, and so the country cannot develop with only man development. Women development is a must. And women development cannot take place without women education. At that time only 1% women were literate, 99% illiterate. So he wanted to start a school, but he did not get a proper teacher. So he gave a clarion call to Miss Margaret Noble, who was a teacher in UK. He said, sacrifice in the past has been the law. It will be alas for ages to come. The earth's best and bravest will have to sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity. Are you ready to sacrifice? Then come. And then help me in starting a school for the women. Miss Margaret Noble gave up everything. She sacrificed her whole life for educating women of India. And in spite of being British, she fought with the British for getting independence for India. That is why Rabindranath Tagore gave her the name Lokmata Nivedita. And because Nivedita dedicated her whole life for the sake of the nation, Swami Vivekananda, when giving her Brahmacharya Diksha, gave her a new name, Nivedita, the dedicated one. What dedication! Everybody must read the life of Nivedita. The Nivedita of India, there is a beautiful small book you will get at a subsidized price. Please read it, then you will find what Nivedita, how great she was. Then devotion. By dedication will give you state award, Central Award, Government of India Award of the Best Teacher, PA, DA, high salary, everything. But it will not give you God realization. It will not give you infinite joy, happiness and peace. Infinite fulfillment. How it will come? By devotion. Converting work into worship. I am not teaching students. I am not teaching Vidyarthi. I am teaching Vidyarthi Narayana. I am worshipping Vidyarthi Narayana. Convert work into worship, that becomes devotion. Every work is holy. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. The work is worship. So what becomes worship then? That is called devotion. So this 3D. Then 3C. C1, confidence. You must have confidence. Otherwise you will not be accepted in by the students. How confidence will come? By following the 7th habit of highly effective people. You know, there is a book by Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The 7th habit is very important. What is that? Sharpening the saw. You must sharpen the saw. A woodcutter was cutting the wood with a saw. Now, because he was cutting from a long time, the saw had lost its edge, and he had also become tired. So, one person said, you see, you have become so much exhausted. Why don't you take a little rest? Why don't you sharpen the saw and then start cutting the wood again? Then the woodcutter gave the same reply which we give normally when we are told, please read these books, please read the books of your subject, latest books have come on the subject, please read the books of Swami Vivekananda, please read the books on self-development and all that. You say, what you say is very true, but where is the time? There is no time. There is no time to sharpen the saw. You fool, if you sharpen your saw and take some rest, you will be able to cut more wood. But you say, no, you see so much, you say what you say is very true. I also feel that I must sharpen the saw. I also want to take rest. But how much wood is still remaining? How can I afford to take rest? Okay, don't take rest and then fall down. This is the foolish question they replied. So we will have to find out time for sharpening the saw. That is sharpening our intellect. We must have latest knowledge about our subject. We must keep up to date with our subject. You are going to a class, you say, nowadays students don't give us respect. One teacher said, nowadays students, they don't give respect. In the earlier times they used to give so much respect, they are so obedient. I said, don't demand respect, command respect. I know some teachers, even today they command respect. Even today the students fall down at their feet. Why? Because their character is so blemishless. Their character is so pure. They are so much having purity. So the students, they know these are all genuine teachers. So command respect rather than demanding respect. And this command respect you can have if you are having if you are having up-to-date knowledge about your own subject, number one. And then about character building. When you are teaching in the class, the students have already seen the National Geographic and having latest knowledge, and you are having notes written 15 years back. The torn notes from where you are teaching. They are not going to listen to you. You cannot command this. You have to have up-to-date knowledge about your own subject, and also you must have development of your own character, your personality. Then only you will be able to impress the students by your personality. Total personal development must take place. There is a DVD you will get, total personal development. This total personal development if you have got, then only you will be able to impress, and that includes total personal development, includes self-confidence. So self-confidence will come when you realize there is infinite potential within you. Self-confidence will come when you prepare your lesson properly. Self-confidence will come when you sharpen your saw every day, sharpen your intellect every day. You are giving up-to-date knowledge. Confidence will come. Second, concentration. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great thinker of America, said, the secret of success in trade, in war, in every management of human affairs is the concentration of mind. And Swami Vivekananda said, if I have to do my education over again, I will not undergo the present system of education. First I will learn how to control my mind, how to concentrate my mind, and then facts I can have at my own will. They can come at any time. First I must develop concentration of mind. What a tremendous amount of concentration he had, and yet he wanted more concentration. Only one example, Swamiji was sitting in his room in Belur Math. We have 172 branch centers all over the world. One center is in Guwahati. You must visit that center. In Ulubari, if you have not visited, Those who are from Guwahati must visit. Those who are not from Guwahati may also visit Ulubari. Near Birubari there is a beautiful center, beautiful meditation hall, library and other activities, charitable dispensary and mobile medical unit and all that. Visit that place. So we have 172 centers. Of course, we are coming from various places. We have center in Shillong, we have center in Itanagar, so many places, so many centers in Northeast. So the Swamiji was sitting in our headquarters of all these 170 centers in Belumat near Calcutta. Swamiji was sitting in his room in Belumat on the first floor. That room is still kept as it is, untouched. You feel as if today a Swamiji is sitting there. Though he passed away on 4 July 1902 at the age of 39 years, even today also you can feel the presence of Swamiji when you go to that room. So Swamiji was on his room in Belumat and he was reading a book. The name of the book is Encyclopedia Britannica. Very many volumes. When disciple came, his disciple Sarachan Chakravarti, he came, he saw so many volumes lying scattered. Swamiji, so many volumes are there. It will take whole lifetime to finish these books. Swamiji says, what do you say? I have already finished 10 volumes during these few days and now I am reading the 11th volume. 10 big volumes you have finished within few days. Impossible. I don't believe. You don't believe? Okay. From these first 10 volumes, you ask any question that you want to ask. And the disciple asked many questions and Swamiji replied all the questions correctly. Not only that, sometimes even quoting the very language of the book. Then the disciple was astonished. Swamiji, this is a miracle. Swamiji said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. So concentration of mind is very important. How to get concentration of mind? There is no, already my time is up, only 2 minutes remaining. C is directly proportional to P, where C is equal to concentration of mind and P is equal to purity of mind. And how to get purity of mind? Aha Shuddha Sattva Shuddhi Sattva Shuddha Dhruva Smriti. If our intake is pure, our mind will become pure. And intake does not mean only what we take through mouth. There should be sattvika food, there should be pure food, but also what we take through eyes and ears. So remember the 3 monkeys of Gandhiji and also the 3 monkeys of Switzerland. What is the 3 monkeys of Gandhiji? Don't look at the evil things, don't listen to bad things, and don't speak evil things. When one of our monks went to Switzerland, he found an image of 3 monkeys, very strange. One monkey was having one eye open, one closed. Second monkey, one ear closed, one open. And third monkey, half mouth, half closed. So he was astonished. What could be the meaning of these 3 monkeys? Those 3 monkeys we know don't look at bad things. And suddenly he remembered a shloka from the Vedas and he got the meaning. What was that? Badram karnebi shuriyama deva badram pashem akshabir jatra srirangai sustuvagam sastanubihi veshema devahi tayyadayu sastina indro viddashava sastina pusha vishwaveda sastina stakshvarishnami sastina gurespati badatu. Don't listen to bad things, but listen to good things. One ear is open. One eye is closed. Don't look at bad things, but one eye is open. But see good things. Don't read bad books, but read books which will give you inspiration. Read inspiring books. Don't see bad channels on TV, but see good channels on TV. I tell the students. Half mouth is closed. Don't criticize others. Don't tell a lie. But half mouth is open. But tell the truth. But have a word of appreciation for others. During prayer, keep your mouth open. During meditation, keep your mouth closed. This is what I tell the students. So, this is how we can get concentration of mind. There are so many other techniques. My books are there that I will tell you later on. But C1, C2, C3. C3 is communication. Communication is very important. Many lecturers, they have got very good knowledge, but they are not able to communicate. And there are various techniques of communication. One is what lecture method that I am giving you. Second is group discussion. Third is audiovisual method. Fourth is role playing. There are so many methods of communication that you can learn from other experts. I need not tell about it. There are so many other experts available for that. So communication between teacher and the students, communication between teachers and the principal, communication between teachers and the teachers, and the communication between teachers and the parents. All types of communication should be there, good communication, then you will get success. Now 3Q, IQ, EQ and SQ. What is IQ? Intelligence quotient. That you know, already you are intelligent, you know, you all have got good IQ. Second, EQ, emotional quotient. Emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman made a research in 1991 and said EQ is more important than IQ. Intelligence quotient, emotional intelligence, emotional quotient, EQ. And now the latest discovery of the modern science is SQ. Dana Zohar, she is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a book. The name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, biologically, psychologically, physiologically, from every point of view there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and AQ. And what is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional quotient. EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. Well, that is your choice. What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here on this earth? Where do we go after death? Why should we go for that? All those basic fundamental questions, they are related to meaningfulness of life. Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? Why am I earning money? Is it the purpose of life? This is called SQ. Now, if you want to have success, we must have all the three: IQ, EQ, and SQ. If you want to become a successful teacher, IQ, EQ, and SQ. All the three are needed. So, S is equal to 3D plus 3C plus 3Q. And now I will give you one sentence from Swami Vivekananda which will give you the rest of the formula. 3P plus 1L. What is that? 3P plus 1L. Swami Vivekananda says, purity, passions, and perseverance. Purity, passions, and perseverance are the three essentials to success. And above all, love. The most important thing for success as a teacher is love. If you lovingly give your lessons, then it will have more receptibility. You know, they tell the teachers, the first thing you should give in the classroom is a smile, but not the smile of an air hostess. You know, air hostess, poor girl, I feel so pity sometimes. Whole day she has been giving smiles. Now she is exhausted. Still she has to give smiles. And to so many passengers. And sometimes she still wants to smile. I said, don't smile. More painful. Not a painful smile. It should be a natural smile. That will come only. Now you can't smile. Why? Inside you are boiling. What type of principle I have got? All types of work he gives only on me, and this government also, they think these lecturers are without jobs, so they will put extra election duty, this and that. This government is also like that, principal is also like that, my mother-in-law is also like that. I am doing so much of work and still going there, she will afterwards, she will be fighting. And like you are boiling from within, so much angry, how can you give a smile, loving smile when you enter a class? But still, with all difficulties, you can give a loving smile if you say, yes, I have got all these difficulties. They are extraordinary difficulties because I am extraordinary. I am a teacher. How great I am and how responsible I am. Then you will be able to give a very loving smile to the students. Yes, I know students, you are monkeys, my dear monkeys. You are not monkeys. You are Vidyarthi Narayana. You are God divine coming in the form of students. Don't tell like that, otherwise they will make fun of you. But inside you must have that respect and love. Gradually that love will conquer them. First they will criticize, they will make fun of you. Gradually they will understand the genuine love, the genuine smile, the genuine dedication, the genuine concern for the students. Again and again they will give kicks. It is the nature of the ass, the donkey, to give kicks. It is the nature of the human being to give love. We will go on giving love. Even if the other people give us kicks, we will go on giving love. One day the donkey will become a monkey, and from monkey he will become divine. So, but perseverance, infinite passions, infinite perseverance, infinite purity, that alone can give us. So I have given a nutshell. Already I have exhausted 7 minutes more. I wanted to finish much earlier so that we can have a question and session. But still, if the director permits, we may have 5 to 10 minutes of interaction. I am very happy to talk to you. Now I look forward to your questions. If there is any clarification, then I will give my concluding one sentence. Okay? Thank you very much.
Yes, if you want any clarification, ask any questions, please come forward. You can also write it out with a piece of paper and give it to somebody.
Photographs for you, the conference will schedule the coming month.
Yes. Any confusion in your mind, yes, please come forward. Tapasri, you have something to ask?
Okay. We considered total 81 school buildings as a part of earthquake rehabilitation project. They were all government schools. They had been destroyed by the earthquake. And so we took upon the task of rebuilding those schools and we gave back to the government. Out of 81 school buildings, 37 school buildings were constructed in Porbandar by us. Now, many of these schools, what happened that the earthquake came in January. For 3 months we carried out the relief work. Now for 3 months the schools were closed. In the month of June, about middle of June, the schools were to be opened. Now there was no school, already destroyed. So they were worried. Now June also is a month when there is a lot of rain. So they wanted that before June, at least by July, we give them the schools. So we had only 1.5 or 2 months. What to do? So we consulted the engineers and we went for prefabrication technology. So we gave the contract to L&T and L&T prepared lot of those blocks, cement blocks in their manufacturing company on a massive scale. They were transported to our various places and there were all so many interior schools inside the village where you don't get anything. So we transported them, those blocks and prefabrication technology with the plastic one and outside and on the top was the something like asbestos made of plastic and all that. So they were all earthquake resistant houses. We gave a very strong foundation. That itself took about 1 month. And then later on, because simultaneously we prepared those blocks in the manufacturing company there and they were transported and within 1.5, 2 months we started giving schools to the government and that is why they were very happy. This is how we did it. No. As I told you, government told that you can take 50% of the 50% they were ready to give, but we did not accept 50%. That was one reason why we could complete the job so quickly, because there is so much of red tapeism. Had we waited for the donation, it would have taken 3 years to get the grant. So what we did, we said we don't want 50% contribution. We ourselves collected the money. In fact, for the first time we had to say no to the donors. Please don't give us. Now we can't do more relief work. Already we are exhausted. For 2 years we have done the relief. 20 crores of rupees we got from all over the world. And we constructed this school. So because we did not take the government grant, so the quality was supreme. And so the work was quick. We did not have to wait for the government grant. That was one reason of success. What is that? What is the question?
Education is same with educare.
Educare?
Yes.
Oh, what you want is whether education and educare, they are one and the same thing. Do you want to know? Well, you see, this is a different thing. Education is a very comprehensive thing, where in fact, what is education is what is being brought out. So Swami Vivekananda gave a beautiful definition of education. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. So one of the part is educare. But ultimately, education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Infinite potential is there. So, ultimate aim of education is to make a man, human being perfect. That is, get infinite happiness, infinite joy, infinite peace. Most of the psychologists were not agree with this. And that is why they were telling only self-actualization was the goal that they were deriving. But now they are saying not only self-actualization, but also now self-transcendence. Abraham Maslow, one of the greatest psychologists of our time, in his book The Farther Reaches of Human Nature, says not only self-actualization, self-transcendence. We have to transcend our nature and become one with the infinite. That is the real goal of human being. That is perfect. And that is the goal of education also. To make a man perfect, 100% perfect. That means infinite joy, infinite happiness, infinite bliss, infinite knowledge. That is possible only for a human being, not for any other species. The modern psychologists also say IQ is available with all the species, including the computers. EQ is available only with a few species. But SQ is available only with the human beings, with no other species. So SQ is a special prerogative of human beings. Self-transcendence is a special prerogative of human beings. Einstein, as you know, wrote a book, The World as I See, where he says the true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. And Lincoln Barnett wrote a book, Einstein and the Universe, where he says man has a unique capacity of transcending himself and perceiving himself in the act of perception. Niels Bohr says, great physicist, man is both actor and spectator in this great drama of life simultaneously. Simultaneously, you know, two actors are playing the game. One is Ravana, one is Kumbhakarna. When they are playing, the Ravana does not beat Rama very harshly. Why? He knows, I am now Ravana, he is Rama. But after 5 minutes, when we go to the green room, he is Gopal and I am Shyam, and we both are going to have coffee together. So he also remembers I am a Ravana, he also remembers I am Shyam. So we are actors and spectators in this great drama of life simultaneously. This awareness, the role of being a witness is only the prerogative of a human being, with no other species. So, education goal is to manifest the divinity within. Okay? Any other question? I didn't get you. Please, little more loudly. Oh, I see. Yeah. There is a beautiful. She was asking, can you tell us some about prayer which is normally done in our schools, colleges? I will give you 1 or 2 universal prayers which are universal truly in nature. One prayer I did. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amrutam gamaya. Oh Lord, lead us from unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light, darkness of ignorance to light of knowledge. And oh Lord, lead us from death to immortality. Now, even if you are a Muslim, you are Christian, you are a Hindu, you are a Sikh, you are American, you are British, you are Indian, there is no harm in praying like this. Everybody wants immortality, everybody wants light, everybody wants like real. So this is the prayer, universal prayer. Another universal prayer. And there is a beautiful thing. Swami Vivekananda says in his book on Raj Yoga, we want peace, isn't it? We want happiness, isn't it? Swamiji says, at long last you will understand, not now. At long last you will understand that the best way to become happy is to see that others are happy. The best way to become happy is to see that others are happy. That is why he said unselfishness is a test of religion. Unselfishness is a test of religion. And he says unselfishness is more paying in the long run. But unfortunately people do not have the patience to practice it. Unselfishness is more paying in the long run, but unfortunately people do not have the patience to practice it. You practice it, you will find yourself it is more paying. You know, I go unselfishly, and that is why I am receiving so many things. Why? Because we are having unselfish service. So we receive so much We don't demand it. We don't expect it. It comes automatically. Why? Because the simple law of karma. Law of karma is supreme in the mental world, just as law of gravity is supreme in the physical world. As you saw, so you do. If you do good action, good will come to you. If you do bad action, bad will come to you. This simple law of action, law of karma. So, Swamiji says, at long last you will understand that the best way to become happy is to see that others are happy. And the best way to get peace of mind is to pray for others' peace of mind. The best way to get peace of mind is to pray for others' peace of mind. Now, all of you, I will tell you, make an experiment. Early morning, whenever you get up, of course, very difficult for you to get up early morning. The whole situation has now turned. Now, early morning is gone. We have to rise after the sun rises. Normally, we should rise before the sun rises, but it is very difficult to rise. Okay, whenever you rise, when you arise from sleep, whenever you rise, just have a prayer. What is that prayer? Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashdukam apnuyat. Let all be happy, let all be healthy, let all progress, let none get misery in the whole world. What is wrong in this prayer? You may be Muslim or Christian or Hindu or Sikh. You can pray. You may be American, you may be Indian. Where is your secularization coming here? Even if you are a secular country, can you not pray like this? Let all be happy. Let all be healthy. But if you pray like this, I am telling you, within few days, you will find a lot of peace coming to your mind. But it should be genuine prayer. Don't put a bracket there. Many people, they pray, let all be happy, minus my mother-in-law. Oh Lord, let all be happy, minus my husband. Oh Lord, let all be happy, minus my wife. Oh Lord, let all be happy, minus my principal. No. Let all be happy. That time, in the prayer time, don't put a bracket at least. If you really pray, let all be happy, let all be healthy, let all get peace of mind, you will find peace of mind coming to you. Guaranteed. Do some unselfish service. At least some unselfish prayer, and you will find tremendous peace coming to you and happiness coming to you. There is my book, Happiness and Peace in Everyday Life. Unfortunately, it is exhausted. I brought only few copies, they are exhausted, but I am going to send one more copies. Dr. Kaveri Shah will send the copies to her, and she will manage that these copies come to you. Your program ends when this ends.
4 weeks program.
4 weeks program. I think I will try to send as early as possible before your program ends, because you are coming from so many places. So we are giving it a very subsidized price. 40 rupees book, we are giving at 20 rupees. There is no problem in money. Only problem is that all the copies have exhausted. So I will send the books, very beautiful book, Happiness and Peace in Every Life, and Nurturing Relationship, The Art of Caring and Sharing. These two books are combined into one book. But one book I am going to give you, Teachers, the Torchbearer of Change. Whatever I have told, everything is here. So if you miss something, don't worry, everything is here. And there is a book, Vivekananda's Call to the Nation, very inspiring. All the lectures of Swami Vivekananda, so inspiring. All the great people of the country, they got inspirations from the books of Swami Vivekananda. Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Jawaharlal Nehru, Chakravarti Rajagopalacharya, Sri Aurobindo, they got lives transformed by these books. And from these 8 volumes of complete verse, now the 9th volume is come. From there, very powerful sentences have been culled. And there are chapters like Man, the Maker of His Destiny, Education, Powers of Mind, Faith and Strength, Education, Society, Sir, Man as God. Beautiful chapters are there. So I will request you, I am making an investment on you. I hope it will not go in vain. At least if you read this book, it will be a great service to mankind, great service to the nation. Because I know, if you read the book, at least one sentence will penetrate your heart. If one sentence you try to follow, your life will be transformed. If a life of a lecturer is transformed, one lecturer comes into contact with minimum 1,000 students. That is the selfish interest for which I have come. Why I have come in spite of my busy schedule is, when I am talking to 60 lecturers, I am talking to 60,000 students. If one of you even takes up the message, 1,000 students will get benefit. So I want you go through the books, these 2 books, particularly Call to the Nation and Teachers, Torchbearer of Change. And if you like this book, You purchase 10 copies from our ashrama in Ulubari, and from where our local ashrama, Cherrapunji we have got ashrama, we have got in Itanagar, we have got in Shillong, everywhere, all our centers you will get this book. Otherwise I will send it to you. Now the price is only 3 rupees. Such a big book, only 3 rupees. You have to, if you like this book, if you find it is very interesting and inspiring, purchase 10 copies, not one. 30 rupees investment. Give to 10 students or 10 of your colleagues with the request, if they find it good, they should purchase 10 copies, give to their friends free of cost. What will happen? Fission reaction. 1 neutron giving rise to 3 neutrons, giving rise to 3 neutrons, and there is a fission reaction. There is an explosion. Atomic explosion. That is why when I carry a box full of books, the policemen, they ask security people, what is this atom? Yes, it is atom bomb. Full of bombs, but it is thought bombs. Bombs of non-violence. Bombs of universal love. These are different type of bombs. I am carrying a bomb. In fact, Romarola says about Swami Vivekananda book, his words are great music, phrases in the style of Beethoven. I cannot touch these sayings of his scattered as they are through the pages at a 30th distance without receiving a thrill through my body like an electric shock. So you will get electric shock, but it will not make you unconscious. It will give you tremendous energy. Today you are all very happy. Okay? You are very happy. Battery is charged. After a few days, jaise the. Why it happens? Because the battery gets discharged. So what is to be done? Every day, all of you got mobiles, put it for recharging, isn't it? On the plug. Similarly, this mental battery gets discharged. So what you do every day? Keep books like this on your bed. At least read one sentence while going to bed. You may be exhausted. Read one sentence. Just one sentence. 1 minute manager, 1 minute lecturer. Now there are books coming. 1 minute manager, so 1 minute lecturer. 1 minute. 1 minute read, if not more. You will find tremendous transformation coming to you. Because in the subconscious mind, that powerful sentence will go on in your subconscious mind. So this is the most very important, inspiring book I am giving. I am making investment. I know it may work, it may not work, but I am going on trying. And I can tell you from experience of the last 30 years, so many letters come to me, so many phone calls comes to me. After reading the book, there is a tremendous transformation. Maybe 1 out of 100 will read, but that is my reward when I get a letter like this. So, with lot of expectation, with lot of love, lot of best wishes, and giving this gift of these 2 books, and also on Ulubari, Guwahati, this gives the activities of our ashrama, and you got that Xerox copy. That Xerox copy will give you the list of the books that we have got in our various ashramas, and also my address and phone and fax. Of course, very easy to remember, Nikhileswarananda@gmail.com. Nikhileswarananda@gmail.com is my email ID, and our website is rkmbm.com/Vadodara and rkmbm.com/SN. This will be again given to you by the director. Don't mind, don't worry. This will be given to you. So I am very happy to have talked to you once again, and thankful to the director, Dr. Bhattacharya, for giving the opportunity. Of course, the instruments have been Nilima and Dr. Kavita Shah. And I am thankful to all of you for giving me a patient hearing. I was looking at all of you. You were listening with rapt attention. Wonderful. You got very good concentration power. And there are a lot of receptibility. And that's why I am thankful to all of you for giving me this patient hearing. I give a lot of love and best wishes. I pray to the Lord so that all of you become torch bearers of change, successful in your career, get happiness and peace and sense of fulfillment, and become extraordinary teachers. Ordinary teachers can become extraordinary by thinking that they are not ordinary. That's all that you have to do. No, I am a teacher, within bracket, how great I am and how responsible I am. Only one lady teacher, Nivedita, changed the whole scenario of the country. She was a teacher. Master Mahasaya Mahendranath Gupta M, ordinary teacher. He came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna. He wanted to commit suicide. He was so much full of sorrow. but when he came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna, his life was saved. He got new life and hope from Sri Ramakrishna. He continued to visit Sri Ramakrishna and noted down in his diary all the conversations Sri Ramakrishna had with the devotees. Swami Vivekananda chanced to look upon the diary. Oh, this beautiful teaching, please publish in book form. No, it is my private diary. But later on, this private diary was published in Bengali in Ramakrishna Kathamrita. It was translated into English, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Oriya, Marathi, and then Japanese, French, Greek, Russian, Spanish, Dutch, various languages have been translated. Millions of copies have been sold. Millions of people are getting happiness and peace only by reading one book. Every day they read this book. So many people have been saved from suicide. That book is available in the bookshop which we have opened there. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Very inspiring books are there. You can purchase the books. I brought some DVDs. Of course, very few DVDs are there. I could not bring because of the flights nowadays. You know, if you go for the cheap flight, only 15 kg that I can bring. So I have brought a few DVDs. You can purchase the DVDs. If you want more DVDs and more books, happiness and peace, I'll send from you there. I give lot of love, lot of best wishes, and I hope and I pray to God that all of you will get in your career. You will be able to develop your career as a professional career also. You will be able to become a better lecturer. You will get more happiness and peace in your daily life, in your family life also, and in your professional life also. With these best wishes and prayers, I take leave of you. Thank you very much.